Welcome everybody to this week's vlog. We are continuing to be on lockdown. It is currently Saturday and we're awaiting a update from the government tomorrow evening. I'm not holding my breath too much though. There might be a few easing of the restrictions, but I can see it being extended for another few weeks. We shall see. In terms of lockdown, however, to keep me positive and hopeful, this video is about really planning my first session when the lockdown is finally eased and we're free to move about more than what we are now. Then where am I going to go first? Well, it's a question of two locations. It's either going to be Yorkshire Dales or the Lake District. So I've decided on the Lake District because I absolutely love the place. I love the hike and also I love the photography. The thing about hiking, however, is photography is limited. So what I'm planning on doing is to split into two sessions, same day but two sessions. One for the photography and second the hike and also the photography as well, though it is limited. So where am I going to go? The problem I'm sure we're all going to face is everyone's going to be chomping at the bit and wanting to go to their favourite locations, the popular locations as well. The result of that is it's going to be very busy, quite chaotic, I reckon, actually, on the roads. So I'll have to all set off early. So I need to bear that in mind. Now, last week I posted a video entitled Missing You, which is all in the title. Quite a poignant video, looking back at some of my previous footage, bit of sense of humour there as well. And I got some good feedback actually. Well liked, got some good nice comments. I was just going to refer to that video actually because I'm just pointing out a comment from Stephen Kennedy. Thanks for your comment, Stephen. And he says at the end, I wonder if there's another video to be made that is almost a gear video, assuming you're referring to the tripod. And more importantly, features your extensive collection of hats. A video with all my hats in, that'd be interesting. I'll have to see about that. Okay, so I've decided on going to the Lake District, and to make life a little bit easier for me regards to the photography, I've decided on hitting a lakeside or a body of water at least. The thing is, there's so many to choose from, and there's quite a lot of different features depending what I'm after. To be honest, I'm not really fussed what I'm after. I just want to arrive there in good time. I need to bear in mind that I want a peaceful location as possible, just to get the eye in. So first on the list is Buttermere, which is positioned in the northwestern region of the national park. It's probably most famous for its iconic lone tree, which doesn't particularly interest me. On the other side of the lake, the eastern side, is much more interesting in my point of view, with the pines, and that with a backdrop of haystacks and Fleetwood Pike. Also good opportunities for some reflections as well. Probably the light is best at, it's hard to say actually, it's one of those lakes where it doesn't quite get the sun illuminated until later on in the morning, but still worth further exploration. Next is Ullswater. Now Ullswater has to be one of my favourites and probably my most visited of all the lakes in the national park. Positioned on the eastern side, the northeastern region, and I remember shooting a video a couple of years ago where I just turned up at Glencoyne, which is an area based on the western side of the lake, and just turn up my telephoto, shot towards the western fells. Lovely morning light that morning. It is more a morning location. There is also a iconic location. There's the boathouse, which again doesn't really interest me, but the most northeastern point of the lake is Pooley Bridge, and I fancy shooting around that area. The lake is probably best highlighted and photographed by landscape photographer Mark Littlejohn, who works on these steamers. Definitely a location I will, yeah, you can't rule Ullswater out, never can. Now next up isn't a lake but a tarn, and that's Yew Tree Tarn, and that's located more the southern area of the national park, heading to Coniston, which sits just off the A593. Now it's not so much the water itself at Yew Tree Tarn, but more the trees and the grasses which are on the banks, and beautiful opportunities, especially in the right light. I'm thinking, however, that probably the best time of the year for Yew Tree Tarn is at the approaching autumn time, when the leaves are changing colour. But yeah, definitely a contender, and it sits at the base of Home Fell. But again, Home Fell, I'd say more of an autumn location. Getting warm in here. Okay, so next is Wastwater. Now Wastwater is a body of water which I've hardly ever visited, to be honest. In fact, I've been there a couple of times. It did feature in a video which I filmed not too long ago, when I was looking down onto the lake. Now Wastwater is England's deepest lake, very remote, and probably the most hardest lake to get to. But the views you get from Wastwater are to die for. Probably the most iconic shots are looking east towards the large mountains, Great Gable, Kirk Fell, and also there's the screes as well on the eastern side of the lake. And the benefit of Wastwater is it's located around some fells which I've never climbed, so that is a big contender. Definitely a sunset location, because so the sun sets at the west, usually does, funny that, and it illuminates all the big mountains beyond. So yeah, definitely a contender is Wastwater. Now I can't forget Thirlmere. Thirlmere is a lake which I've often driven past heading further north. It's got quite a lot of sentimental value as Thirlmere, because it's where I first met Chris Sale, good buddy of mine now. And I know James Bell, another landscape photographer, likes to feature it a lot in his vlogs and books. Definitely worth considering. And I know the view heading, if you head up towards Raven Crag, looking south towards the Helvellyn range, you get the light nice in the morning, and get some very interesting images as well. And also the lakeside of Thirlmere, some rather interesting pine trees and other foliage which is worth considering. So yeah, Thirlmere is definitely one I need to explore more. Now in the central part of the Lake District there's two bodies of water. There's Rydal and Grasmere, both absolutely stunning, beautiful lakes, but they are rather popular, so really important I arrive there early in the morning. But again, I've been there a few times. Rydal Water, there is a lone tree there which I haven't captured, but I do fancy it. There's also the boathouse as well. Grasmere. Grasmere is a place I've visited a couple of times, got some wonderful sunrise shots there once. But yeah, worth further exploration, but I think you are quite limited. You've got the island in the middle of Grasmere, what's it called, Heron Island. And other than that, I struggled to find any alternative in terms of composition. But yeah, main problem is parking and being too popular. Bear in mind that once the gates are open, and there's going to be a massive influx of people. Now we can't forget about Windermere. Windermere is England's longest lake, positioned in the southern and central position of the national park, but it is the most busiest and popular. However, I've only ever visited the northern part of the lake, because that's where the main road leads you into from the, which is the A591. Never really explored the southern area. I got lucky one morning around an area called Waterhead, where some lovely mist hanging around there. I got some lovely early morning shots. But southern area of Windermere, perhaps worth considering. Heating up. Now, finally on my list is a lake I've hardly ever visited, and that's Crummock Water. And that's positioned just northwest, I've got that right, yeah, northwest of Buttermere. Now, the thing about Crummock is it is in a good location because it's very near a number of fells which I haven't climbed yet. So that is probably very high on the list. There is a fell called Melbrake. In the background there, that big lump of land, that is Melbrake. So get to the top of that, no doubt there's some wonderful views of Crummock itself and Buttermere. So I need to explore Crummock for sure. It's probably a good option actually. I think no matter what location I decide to choose when I return to the Lake District, there's quite a lot I need to take into consideration. I've mentioned this already. There's the popular locations, and there's also, I want to be practical with it as well. I need to incorporate a walk in that day as well, so I need to choose wisely. So watch this space. It's exactly which location I choose. And in the meantime, here's a little taster of what to expect. So where's your first location going to be? Let me know. Drop me a comment. One thing you've got to bear in mind is, as I've often said, there may be a mad rush because we'll all be thinking the same. So I have to set off early, which you'll probably be joined by other like-minded landscape photographers as well. Let me know anyway. Okay, before I go, I just want to mention about the photography pubcast, which I am a part of. It now has its own dedicated channel. So if you want a bit of laughter, a bit of light-hearted banter, then head over there. I'll drop you a link in the descriptions. Right, that's it until next time. Keep smiling, keep patient, look after yourself. Bye bye for now.